Happy Thursday, everyone, and happy game one of the NBA Finals. Can't wait to watch it tonight between the Heat and the Nuggets. Super, super pumped, but I'll be talking through my favorite two props for tonight's NBA game finals. One, between these teams, going to be breaking them down, going over why I like them, all the good stuff in this video. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out my NBA DFS breakdown for the $1,000,000 to first on DraftKings for this finals game one. I have that breakdown out tonight. Check out my prize picks link down below for extra prize pick plays. Hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. So quickly, just want to say follow me on Twitter, hit that like button and subscribe. And recapping the how we did it in the conference finals, we went 11-5 overall. So that's a 68.75% hit rate. So basically, if you round it up, 69% hit rate. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, that's a great hit rate. Very frustrating because it could have been a 13-3 Eastern Conference Finals for us. The last video, we went with the over Jimmy Butler fantasy score, over Derek White fantasy score. Derek White obviously hit it. Jimmy Butler did not there. So I think I recapped that in the last video. I'm not really sure, but that's where we left it at. 11-5, 69% hit rate. Could have been a 13-3 hit rate or 13 out of 16, so 13-3. But unfortunately, the last two video picks, we went 1-1 and we missed. We got hooked by point. I think it was point 0.5 from Bam missing his fantasy score, and then point 0.3 from Jimmy. So frustrating stuff there, but you can't be mad about a 69% hit rate in the conference finals. Looking to continue that into these finals. So as I said, one of my strategies, or my strategy has always been to lock in profit with these picks is by, just betting them straight up on sports books. So overall, it's just been a fantastic NBA season in terms of just profitability in terms of these picks. So I'm going to calculate kind of how at the end of the NBA season, the end of these finals, I'm going to go back and calculate what the PrizePicks record has been for the season, and I'll throw it down in the description for you guys to for next year, because I think we're probably flowing around a 60, close to probably a 65% hit rate, which is unreal. So looking to continue that into these finals here. So obviously on the board right now, we have the Jokic free square over 0.5 points. Obviously, make sure to take advantage of that if you guys haven't. I'll throw up a six pick in my Patreon link down below of what I'm going to use that Jokic free square on. I might split it in half. I think it's $25 we're able to use on that free square. So I might just go 15 in a six pick or 10. You don't even have to use it in a six pick. You can just use it with a two pick if you just want to secure some profit. So it's really up to you guys how you're going to use it. But yeah, make sure to take advantage of that free square there with the Jokic. But the first one I have, obviously, if you're using that free square, you're not going to be able to put this in. But maybe if you're making multiple slips, you can. I'm going to take the over here of Jokic, 10 assists. As you can see, he's hitting the past 4 out of 5. And the reason why I like this is right now it's very, very solid odds here on DraftKings for him to go over. I'll pull him up player assists here. As you can see right now, minus 150 to go over 9.5 assists, which is very juicy. Juice is heavily on the over there for him to go to over 10 assists. We know with Jokic, he's a huge playmaker. I'll pull up his box score here. In close games, we know he's going to be playing close to 42 minutes. And when he does, you can see he's easily hit it. 13, obviously that game right there against game 5, slightly a blowout. Only played 38 minutes. He dealt with some foul trouble in the first half, so didn't get his full run. Lost out on about, was it 4 to 5 minutes there? So probably would have hit the over 10 if he got those extra 4 to 5 minutes. But then before that, 42, he went for 12, 42, 14, 38, 12, 38, 12, 39, 11. So the only issue here with just this game in general is just the chance that this game blows out. It's in Denver. Obviously, the altitude, you have to factor that in. It's 8.5 point spread, 219 game total. So if it turns into a shootout, not really sure how Miami's going to be able to handle that. And it's like if they go to zone, which a lot of people think Miami will go to zone, the number one team in the NBA against the zone offensively is the Nuggets. So it's like the Nuggets are going to be able to tear them up either way. So I'm just expecting a lot of double teams to get the ball out of Jokic's hands and try to force it to a guy like KCP or force it to a guy like Aaron Gordon. Don't let MPJ shoot open threes. Don't let Jamal Murray shoot open threes. I think they're really going to try to focus on those three guys, Jokic, Jamal, MPJ, and just let Aaron Gordon try to win them the game or KCP. So I'm expecting a lot of double teams, a lot of passing opportunities for Jokic here to hit the over 10 assists. So that's the first one I have for today. The second one I have for you guys today is probably one that not a lot of people are going to like here just because of how well he's been playing. I mean, I've been all over him the first 3 or 4 games of that Boston series defensively or on DFS. So it's been like he's worked out for me. But Our boy Caleb Martin gonna have to take less than 29.5 fantasy score here for Caleb Martin. Reason number one, obviously the spread, 8.5 point spread, 219 game total. Reason number two, he's been starting the past 2 games. I don't know if he'll continue to start. Like, obviously he's been playing fantastic, but there's just huge matchup issues with the Heat trying to guard the Nuggets. Bam on Jokic, obviously that's huge foul trouble risk for Bam there. He's a solid defender, but I mean it's Jokic, so there's huge foul trouble risk there with Bam. Um, then who's going to be guarding Aaron Gordon? Is it going to be Jimmy? Is it going to be Caleb Martin? Aaron Gordon's just he's massive. He's going to absolutely abuse both of them in the post if they switch off. If they switch off to other guards, so it's just like maybe they throw Kevin Love in the starting lineup once again, like they did previously. Maybe they get weird, and I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what the lineup is like. I would assume Caleb Martin does start because he's been playing well, but it's just one of those things. The matchups are not great for him, and just the Heat overall in general. The spread, it could be huge blowout risk here, and the biggest one for me has just been how well Caleb Martin's been shooting. It just can't continue to happen. Like, just odds wise, percentage wise, it's going to drop down. It's just like unrealistic to be shooting 70% every single game like he had been in that Boston series. So I do really expect his numbers to come back down to an average of like maybe 30 to 40%, which would really drop down his fantasy score. And it's one of those things. Excuse me. As you can see at the beginning of the Boston series, you know, start off great. 30 minutes, 1 for 32, 32, 1 for 35, 35 minutes, 1 for 31. But then he had two, down games, 35, 1 for 24 and a half, 32, 1 for 20. I know those games are kind of blowouts, but it's just like you just can't expect a guy to continue to shoot 70%, especially Caleb Martin. Like we know he's a great energy good player. We know he's a great player, a high energy guy that can do a little bit of everything, but you can't expect him to continue shooting 70%. Kind of like Devin Booker, where he had like 8 or 9 games in a row where the dude was just shooting 70% and going for like 40 every game. He finally had a letdown game. Expecting Caleb Martin to have that letdown game. A few days of rest. Foul trouble, blowout risk. I'm taking the under here for fantasy score for Caleb Martin. Just expecting a drop down to the median for his shooting just percentage overall. So yeah, taking the less than there, and going with the Jokic over assists. And those are the 2 picks for today. As I said, make sure to take advantage of the Jokic free square there. I will have some picks up on my Patreon link down below of what I'm going to be using. But yeah, right now I like this as a 2 pick. I'll incorporate a Jokic, free square play in there as well. And, it's one of those things where a lot of the unders are looking good today, especially for the Heat. So keep that in mind. Definitely some blowout risk. Not really sure how the Heat are going to match up, but those are 2 picks for today. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Do appreciate all the support, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.